Hello YouTube. This is my first video. It's Sniper Guy. I have a little story to tell you guys today. This is about the first time I have ever done acid before. Okay, the first time that I've ever done acid, okay? Don't make fun of me for this. The first time I was at school, okay? Me and a buddy, we were talking about it for like a couple months. We ordered it off the deep web. We found a vendor. We found someone that had good reviews and everything. So we ordered about 10 tabs or so, and I think I got about 5. I don't really remember. I was gonna wait until I got home to take the tab, but then I remembered, I was a little kid. I still lived with my parents, so I couldn't do that. So I was on the bus going to one of my classes, right? So I took out the little baggie that they were in and I popped half a tab and I was like, you know what? Fuck that. And I popped the other half right there on the bus. Put it on my tongue, swished it around, and then swallowed that shit. And I I didn't know what to expect, honestly. I did not think what happened was gonna happen. So we got to my first class, and I started feeling all fuzzy and warm, that feeling that you get whenever you're on the come up. I went through the first class, I wasn't really feeling much at all. Like, I was seeing a few, like, little tracers around everywhere, but, not much. I figured it was bunk. I figured that nothing was gonna happen. So by the time we got back on the bus to head back to the main part of the school. We were like at a career academy, different building for different classes and stuff. And I was looking out the window. All I remember seeing, there's a dude walking down the street, and I swear to you, he had tentacles for arms. He had tentacles for arms and legs, and his head and body were just normal, just his arms and legs were fucked. So I'm like, dude, I looked over at my friend. I said, dude, you see that guy over there? And he said, yeah. He said, what? He looks so weird. And my buddy's like, he just looks like a normal guy. I'm like, no, dude, he looks like a squid. My buddy's like, dude, what the fuck are you on? And I said, no, dude, I'm just seeing stuff. Nothing. It's okay. So we get back to the school. I'm in my first or my second class, and it's French class, okay? So I was sitting at my desk talking to all my buddies, and teacher says, "Quiet down. We're having a speaking test today." I was looking across the table at my buddy, and I said, "Oh shit, dude, I can't do this. I took a tab of acid before I came to this class, and I am fucked." So, like, the teacher, she would just call the individual students over to her little table thing, and then she'd just talk to us in French. We just talk back. It's like a conversation kind of thing, where she'd talk and then we'd talk. We'd respond to her in French. We had to do it all in French. If we spoke any English, it was an automatic fail. She calls my name, right? And I go, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Then I walk over to her desk and my eyes are so wide, I'm just like, oh fuck, oh shit. And then she says, bonjour. And I'm just like, bonjour. And she starts talking. I was actually doing like really fucking good. And I was talking back to her. Like, I was pretty good in that class. So I remembered everything. I actually could respond to her and have a conversation in French. I don't remember exactly what I made, but I'm pretty sure it was like a 90 or a 100 on that test. The whole time she was staring me right in the eyes. This teacher, she was chill as hell, okay? She was the coolest teacher I'd ever had in any kind of class. We used to talk about all the times I'd smoke weed and shit. That'll be a different video. She was looking me in the eyes the whole time, and she could see my pupils were fucking huge. And at the end of the test, you had to say au revoir or some kind of form of bye in French. So I was walking away from her desk, and then I turned around and said, "Oh shit, au revoir," and then walked back to my desk, and she started She just busted out laughing. She could not control herself. And I did too. I sat at my desk. I laid my head down and I was like, and my buddy was like, dude, are you crying? And I looked up and there were tears running down my eyes, but I was laughing my ass off. It was the funniest thing. After French class, no, that was all we had to do that day. After that, we just sat there. I was watching some trippy ass videos on my phone or something like that. The rest of that class was very uneventful. So we went to lunch after that class. We had an hour-long lunch in my school. So that was awesome. That was like the best time. So I was just walking to lunch. I went and got my food and everything, sat down with my buddies, and I just, I can't eat whenever I do acid. It's just in me. I can't do it. Stared down at my food for a solid like 5 minutes straight, just stared. Because I could see, like, it looked like my food was dancing around my plate. So I just sat there and I was just looking at it. Then everyone was looking at me all funny. I didn't even notice at first. And then I was like, oh shit, what am I doing? And I looked up and looked around at everyone. The whole table, they were just staring at me. They didn't know what the hell I was doing or what the hell was going on. I'm just like, oh my god, sorry guys, I'm really tired. And after that, like, I just stared at the ceiling. Like, the ceilings that have all those little dots and stuff. What's it called? Like the different patterns, they're really fun to look at whenever you're on acid. So I just stared at the ceiling, watching all these little shapes forming, all these dots just dancing around, moving and shit like that. I was staring for like probably 15 minutes. I really can't remember how long it was, but that was awesome. And those floors in the high school too, right? They got those little colored dots and patterns all over them. I'm pretty sure every single school, high school, middle school, elementary school has floors like that. So I got up from lunch, threw my plate away. I may have not thrown it away. I probably gave it to a buddy or something because I didn't eat anything. But I was walking down the hallway, and I just remember just stared at the floor. I stopped in the middle of the hallway, stared down at the floor, and just started walking in circles. I didn't realize what I was doing. At this point, I was like at my peak right there, okay? Maybe not at the peak, but I was starting to really feel it. So I just walked around in circles for a solid like 5 minutes, just staring at the floor. I think I was following something. Like there was like little patterns and shit everywhere. The floor tiles were moving all around. I'm pretty sure I was following something around the floor, but I didn't realize I was walking. And some random person came up to me, grabbed my shoulder, and said, "Dude, are you okay? Do I need to call somebody?" I said, "Oh no, 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 no! Don't do that! Don't do that! Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I gotta go. I gotta go." So I booked my ass out into we had this little courtyard area at our school. It was just basically a spot you could go at during lunch and just sit outside. There's like a little gazebo, bunch of picnic tables, and just like it's basic outside little area. I go out there. I go and I just sit at one of the tables and stare at the sky for almost the rest of lunch, right? Uh, if y'all have never done acid before, looking at the sky while you're that messed up is one of the greatest experiences you could ever have, okay? The clouds move all around. There's all sorts of colors, swirls, and shapes in the sky. I was having the time of my life, dude. It was crazy. I remember walking. There was like the concrete outside, like the pathway in the courtyard area. It was that textured concrete kind of stuff, and it had the different lines in it, that more normal concrete like sidewalks have. I just remember the lines, they would just keep squiggling. Like they all looked like just squiggly lines, but I knew that they were all straight. So I was so just amazed by everything. Even the grass outside, you look down at it, it just looks awesome. Everything looks amazing when you're on acid, and life is amazing. It's hard to explain, You can only really explain it to someone that's done it before. It's hard to put the experience into words. But after lunch, after the courtyard area, the bell rung. Right as that bell rung, right, it started like echoing through my head. Like I heard bing, 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 and it was the weirdest thing. Like the bell, usually it'll just go bing, bing, and that's it. Then that tells you it's time to get to the next class. It dung, and I'm just like, dude, why is the bell ringing for so long? And my buddy said, it stopped like 5 minutes ago. I'm like, no, it didn't, dude. It's still going. He just looked at me in the eyes. He looked at my pupils and he said, no, it stopped. And I'm like, are you sure? He said, yes, I'm positive. So I said, okay, I'll take your word for it. Right before my next class was math. We had a bunch of vending machines all around the school. I'm pretty sure most high schools do. So I went to a vending machine and I was just gonna get like a little drink or something, a drink or a snack. I don't really remember. All I remember, I didn't actually get anything because I went over to the vending machine. I just stared at it for a couple minutes. Like there were people behind me and stuff, and I just sat there and stared until someone behind me said, "Dude, are you gonna pick something or not?" And I said, "Oh no, no, I'm not." And then he said, "What are you doing then?" I said, "Oh no, I'm just looking. Sorry." Then I just walked away, walked to my math class. I had the driest mouth at the time. That's why I wanted a drink. I'm pretty sure. Then I got into my class. I'm like, oh shit, that's why I was at the vending machine. I sat in the very back of the class that day. I didn't participate in class at all. Thank God. I just thank God that this teacher didn't make us do a single thing in that class. He would hand out worksheets, but he never graded the worksheets, so we could just sit there at the desk and just do absolutely nothing. The only thing he actually graded were the tests and stuff, and those I just cheated on. Don't tell anybody. But anyways, that class was pretty uneventful. I just pretty much spent the whole class on my phone, looking at trippy shit, staring at the ceiling and staring at the floor, literally the whole time. Like it just the smallest things are the most mesmerizing whenever you're on acid. Like I can't explain it. You can just look at the most boring thing in the world and you will be amazed by it. You will be absolutely mind baffled by what's going on around you. After that class, I went, the rest of school, it was pretty uneventful. Nothing really happened the rest of the day. To me anyways, I just it was just the stuff I've already explained. I was just staring at the ceiling, the floor, patterns everywhere. I remember one point after one of my classes, I went out in the hallway and just sat down in the hallway and was just looking around at everything, everybody. People walking by, I couldn't tell who was who. I could not tell anybody apart from anybody. Everybody looked the exact same to me in that state. Call the teacher. I thought teachers were students, students were teachers, all that shit. I couldn't tell what was what, but I didn't care. You don't care in a state like that. Someone comes up to you and starts talking to you, you'll just talk to them like anybody else. I mean, after school and everything, right? I had to ride home with my mom, and I was still tripping balls, okay? I didn't know back then how long a trip would actually last. So I'm in the car with my mom. I hop in. I just like kind of stumble to the car, and I hop in the car and I get in the passenger seat. I just lean my seat all the way back, close my eyes, and just say I'm gonna take a nap. And my mom's just like, okay, that's not you don't usually do that, but okay. So I just sit there and I'm just close my eyes. Right, you close your eyes on acid, man. It's awesome. Okay, you see swirls everywhere. There's colors. You can make pictures in your brain. You can pretty much make whatever you want if you just think about it hard enough. Okay, so the whole ride home, that's what I'm doing. I'm just sitting there, just wow, oh, whoa. Just shit like that. And my mom the whole time was just confused, didn't know what the hell was going on. We got home, right? And I get out of the car before she can. I run up to the door, unlock it, head inside, and go straight to my room. Didn't say anything, didn't get anything, didn't do anything. I just went straight to my room. The first thing I do, I hopped on my computer, right? I started playing Black Ops 3. Yeah. This was back whenever Black Ops 3 was like super popular. And I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I'm like really good at that game. So I hop on. All I remember really, I was just walking around one of the maps, and I was useless. I was dead weight to my team. I was just jumping around everywhere, looking at everything. I think I maybe got like one or two kills, and that was like people that looked like they were doing the same thing as me. Oh god, excuse me. But after that, it's starting to get nighttime. I'm getting ready for bed and stuff. I laid down. I was like, this trip, dude, it lasted all day and all night, okay? I didn't sleep a wink that night, okay? And I remember laying down in bed. I was watching American Dad. I remember that Steve from that show, the kid, the little boy. I don't know why. I don't know why I see this so much, but Steve was just a squid. He was a straight octopus, just walking around with an octopus with glasses, and he was like pink, purple, blue, changing colors basically. Like he looked like an RGB light show. Everyone else in the show, no one else was a squid, just Steve. Everyone else was just like random colors, and I think I don't really remember, but I think Stan turned into a cow or some kind of animal like that. Yeah, I was just laid in bed for hours and hours. I was just watching American Dad. But anyways, I think that was probably about 1:30 to 2 a.m., something like that. But I didn't sleep until maybe like 5 a.m. and I had to get up for school. I had to get up really early, go to school, get on the bus and everything. I was still tripping when I woke up the next morning. It was some really, really strong acid. I've never had acid that lasted that long before. So, I mean, I wasn't, whenever I woke up, it was just like a colored film over my eyes everywhere. It wasn't anything crazy. That's basically all that happened. I mean, yeah, that was my whole trip story, guys. I apologize for the jumbledness and all the different topics that went on. This is my first video. I'm still trying to figure out how to do this. I've only told this story to a few people before, but I just wanted to share it. I wanted to share my experiences, and I wanted you guys to know what happens with me. This is the start of my YouTube channel, and I hope you guys have a very, very wonderful day.